Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Filmtasmic where we talk anything and everything Disney. And today we have a very special episode because we are actually going to have a reaction video on Royce and Jen's experience at Taste of Boysenberry and A Touch of Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excited.
We've been traveling.
Guys,
Yes. Yeah, let's do Boysenberry.
Then we'll hear. I have questions for your Touch of Disney. That's
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so Taste of Boysenberry for all you people. I'm sure a lot of you know, but it's an event at Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California. And you pay $45 if you don't have a season pass, but if your season pass holder is $40. So you get a tasting card and it has a bunch of list of food and you get 5 tastings to use. So you choose 5 items. That's what you choose. So you go to any of these and you scan it. There you go. But of course, you can always pay extra if you want other things. So speaking of that, Royce, what foods did you choose?
Yeah, so I actually ended up with more than 5 because I couldn't.
You know, more than 5.
I ended up buying. Well,
Same.
It was cool because like I went with my parents, so we ended up really with kind of 15 tastings, and then we bought some. But I got the tamales, which is really good. I got the not acai bowl, the what do you call that? The refresher drink.
Agua fresca.
Aqua fresca. That's what it is. What else I get? I got the carne asada pizza. I got the meatloaf. I got the boysenberry cake, the bread pudding, the crisp, I think it's called, the crumble with the one with the ice cream on it. I got the mac and cheese, the brisket mac and cheese. What else did I get?
What didn't you get?
Yeah.
I got my mom got the wings, so I got the wings with her. We got the shrimp and grits. My mom got the pastrami sandwich on the pretzel bun and the turkey sandwich. Oh, and we also got the Jack and Coke mix, the frozen Jack and Coke. And I got the boysenberry Mai Tai.
Oh my gosh. How was that Mai Tai?
It was really good. I couldn't taste the alcohol in it, which I have heard a lot of other people say. So it just kind of tasted like a Slurpee from 7-Eleven. It was really good.
Out of those 1,700 items you picked, what was probably like your favorite one?
Yeah.
Food, I guess. Yeah.
The food I liked, well, it was a tie between the tamales, which I thought were really good. Like the boysenberry aioli that they put on it was so good. Like it's funny because boysenberry is not a thing you think goes with a lot of items, but they made it work so well that I was like, I should put boysenberry in my food.
Right.
Between that and then the brisket mac and cheese was like my second favorite. Yeah.
I mean, you saying that already, just like as soon as you said brisket mac and cheese, I'm like, oh yeah.
And I was full at the time, but I was like, I gotta try it because it looked so good. And I was like, I'll just eat a little bit of it and throw it out. Like my parents were even like, I don't want it. But we all tried it and we're like, this is really good.
Right? So which one was your least favorite?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask next.
Least favorite. I think because I had watched some reviews before I went. I think the expectations for me were so high on the carne asada pizza that when I got it, I was a little let down.
Really?
I was like, I didn't need this, or I wouldn't eat it again.
Oh man.
Yeah, I hate
Is it that you didn't like it, or that it just wasn't good, or was it that it wasn't good, or like the other things were just that much better?
I think it was because the other things were that much better. Okay. It wasn't bad per se. It just wasn't my favorite. Like
it wasn't good either.
It just it didn't taste like it didn't taste like how I thought it would taste. You know?
Okay.
And it just had carne asada on it. I think maybe if it had like some vegetables on it, or like usual pizza toppings, maybe that would have helped.
I saw a lot of people getting the carne asada pizza.
Oh really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, because I've seen reviews too, and everyone was saying that. I was like, I don't think I'll get that because I heard that it was covered with onions, and I don't like onions. So what we got, I started off with the brisket mac and cheese, and he got the stew. So it's like stew, and it comes with Spanish rice and a biscuit on the side.
How was that?
He said that was his favorite of the whole thing.
Really?
My favorite, I mean, the brisket mac and cheese was so good. I
So
was the
good.
same. I was going in with low expectations. I'm like, what's so special about this? But I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, ate up the
It's
whole thing. It was
good.
so
Yeah.
good. And then he got what was it? He got an acai bowl,
Oh, okay.
and he said it wasn't that great. Um, I got a boysenberry icy float. That was good, but it was like with soft serve, so it didn't taste that great.
Mm,
I like the icy part by itself.
yeah.
Um, then he got the meatloaf too, and he did not like it because when
Yeah.
I looked at it, it looked like it was just sitting out for a while. Like the sauce was on it, but it looked like it was like drying on the meatloaf kind of, and it came with like scalloped potatoes. I was like, "Huh, no."
My mom hated the meatloaf as well. Like she
Yeah.
thought it didn't taste like meatloaf. It tasted more like Salisbury steak. That kind of like
Yeah, he's like, this is very
weird.
underwhelming. Um, I got the boysenberry Dippin' Dots.
Oh, okay.
Um, I had to hurry and eat them because it was kind of hot when we went, and they were melting super fast. But it was good.
Okay.
But once it started melting, it started tasting like Dimetap. Do you guys remember what Dimetap is? It's like grape medicine.
Oh no.
It
Oh
tastes,
yeah.
yeah, it started tasting like that towards the end, and I'm like, "Huh, I cannot." Like,
Oh.
so I should have eaten it faster.
Okay.
um, what else did we get? Oh, okay. So after that, we got kind of full, and then to me, I don't know about you, Royce, but to me, it felt like there were a lot of people there,
Oh yeah.
and like it was kind of hard to maneuver around a little
Mhm.
bit.
That's actually what I was gonna ask you guys. Like, how was the crowd control and like how did they do with like the COVID protocols? Like, did you guys feel safe and like did you guys feel like you were being like, like watched over, not watched over, but like
Mhm.
you felt like you were being crowded or anything like that? Like, was it comfortable to be there?
I was gonna ask, did you go on a Saturday?
We went on yes, on a Saturday.
Oh, okay, yeah, we did too.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if
Yeah,
it made it
so I mean, I felt safe with the mask wearing policies because there's someone that like only had it down and didn't cover their nose, and there was like a employee that told them you need to wear it over your nose, and if you're not eating, you need to wear it. So that part, huh?
Could you walk around and eat, or did you have to go
No,
to a certain area?
you had to
Yeah.
sit down
Okay,
and
that's what
eat.
it would do.
Yeah.
It's like the same.
Yeah, and then they had a lot of hand sanitizer stations available. Um yeah, but just the mask wearing was good, but they had some stickers outside of the lines, the 6 feet apart, and you stand on that. But other than that, like walking in the main areas, it felt crowded. And it
Yeah.
like I didn't that part I was like, oh, I'm too close to people. Like,
People are
ooh,
nasty.
ew. Yeah.
Was it that? Was it where like they only let a certain amount of people in, like at a time? Like there's only a certain amount of people that can.
Yeah, I think there's like a certain amount of tickets they sell.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the max number,
Oh,
but
okay.
Which is why I didn't, because at first I was like, should we go on a Saturday? Because Saturdays are usually more crowded. But then I thought, well, they're only going to sell so many tickets anyway, so it like
mhm,
doesn't matter.
They make
mhm.
it.
Yeah, I don't think it made it, but it was very. I would say because we got there right when it opened, thinking like, okay, there won't be a lot of people, but it was actually very crowded. Like the line to get in was long, and then they have the
Oh.
temperature screening
Mhm.
area. I mean, we were kind of held up at the gate, so there was a lot of people like crowded in
Oh.
small area for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And then we got in. So when we got in, we actually started with like the Camp Snoopy area.
Mhm.
We started that way, and it wasn't crowded in that area. Like it was like
Right.
a ghost town, play on words. It was it was like no one there. So I was like, oh, okay, this will be nice. It just maybe because everyone kind of came at the same time.
Yeah.
But I noticed it kind of got more crowded later on in the day.
Mhm.
And in the ghost town area section, there was a lot more people kind of confined in a smaller space. So that's when I felt like, oh, and then the boardwalk area towards the end of the day there was a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they like raised the capacity maybe
I
on
think
it.
they did because we went in October for that
Mm,
taste of
mm,
knots or whatever Halloween
mm.
one, and it felt like there were way less people
Oh,
around
really?
that time. Yeah, we went in like around 1 o'clock maybe, so an hour after they opened, and it was like it looked like the line was long, but it was flowing, so
Okay.
we got in with no issues. Um, so the little taste card, they give you a necklace to like a little
Mhm.
lanyard to wear it with.
Mhm.
So they gave it to me, and then so we ended up doing they gave you this little card, and it's an Easter egg hunt. So
Mhm.
you scan the QR code and you go look for the clues, and then you look for those eggs, and you redeem a little pin, and it says Knott's Berry Farm with the Easter Bunny on it, and you take a picture with the Easter Bunny. We ended up doing that, and so one of the stops, and this is a spoiler if people are going to do it,
Spoiler alert.
is one of the stops is going to Sad Eye Joe, which is in Ghost Town. He's the guy in the jail cell.
Mhm.
So we went to him and we talked to him, and he's so okay. Sad Eye Joe is not Disney, like his so Jeremy and I were with him, and like he's just this like mannequin looking guy. So Jeremy didn't know you could talk with him. So um so I went up to him and I said, "Hi, Sad Eye Joe." He goes, "Oh, hi, honey." And then and I was like, "Hi." He goes, is that your boyfriend with you?" I was like, "Yeah." And then he goes, "What's your name?" And then he's like, "Jeremy." Like he's like, "Who am I talking to?" And then he goes, "Jeremy." And then he's like, "Jeremy," and he was wearing shorts. He goes, "Jeremy got some sexy legs." And I was like, "Sad Eye Joe?" And like,
Stop it. He's
stop.
mine.
I know. And he goes, "Does he blush?" I was like, "No." Yeah, I was like, "No, he doesn't blush that easily." And then I was like, and then Sad Eye Joe's like, "You got sexy legs, Jeremy." And then and I was like, "You're making him blush now." He goes, "I'm making his cheeks blush." He goes, "Oh, I just want to pinch him." And then I'm like, "Oh my gosh." He goes, "I didn't mean those cheeks." I was like,
Wow.
I'm like, "Okay, Sad." And Jeremy's like, "What the?" Like he's like trying to find the guy. Like,
Yeah, I wonder
like
where it is. Like, I
yeah,
guess
I
the
don't
guy.
know. I don't know. And so then we walked away after talking, and then all of a sudden we hear someone go, "Jeremy, Jeremy,"
Yeah,
and I'm
really.
like, "I think it's Sad Eye Joe." So we go back. I'm like, "Are you calling for him?" He goes, "Jeremy, I think you dropped something," and it was our taste card, the
Oh.
lanyard. They gave us like a malfunction lanyard, and like our taste card fell out. So if it
Oh no.
wasn't for Sad Eye Joe,
He saved the day.
he saved the day because we didn't eat anything. No, we ate only one thing for at that time. And so then we went
Oh.
back and they're super nice. They gave us a new lanyard and everything.
Oh, nice. He
Yeah,
should get out of prison for that.
I know. I was like,
Yeah,
kudos to you, Sad Eye Joe.
Nice.
imprisoned people can be
um,
nice.
huh?
Imprisoned people can be nice.
Yes, they
Yeah.
can. And
Yeah.
so, so yeah. So after that, after our third thing, like the acai bowl and the meatloaf, we were getting really full, and we wanted to go. Like, we just wanted to leave, kind of, because there's so many people.
Mm.
And it was hot, and so we wanted to, and we also wanted to go shopping somewhere else. And then so what you can do, you can get your food to go. So you just go over there and you ask them for foil, and then so they'll hand you foil so you can take it with you.
Mm.
So I got the elote because I heard a lot of
Mm.
good reviews about the elote,
Yeah.
and it had like, I don't know, it's like the cheese, boysenberry mayo, and tortilla strips on it. um I got that.
How was that?
I'll get to that.
Okay. Okay. I was like,
And then
don't.
I got
Yeah.
the boysenberry pie slice and the key lime tart with
Oh,
the
okay.
boysenberry in it. Jeremy
Okay.
got he got the pretzel bun,
Oh, okay.
the pastrami one,
Uh-huh.
and the boysenberry cake.
Oh, okay.
And so then we left and we went to the bakery to buy a full pie, and they gave us a
Okay.
bag for our items. Um,
Nice.
so I think that's what I did. I didn't eat the elote fresh when they gave it to me. I waited till I got back to the hotel. I didn't like it. Like, I mean, it's not like I didn't like it. It wasn't anything special to me. Like, everyone hyped it up so much, saying it was so good, but I was like, I don't even taste boysenberry in this thing. Like,
Oh,
it just
really?
tastes like a regular, and there was no spice on it from the elote. Like, you know how elote sometimes they have spices like tahini and
Mm.
stuff. I didn't taste the spice. It just tasted like cheese and some mayo on it, but that's it. And I was like, the corn was good.
Maybe you would have
Yeah.
liked it if you like ate it fresh.
Maybe, but I didn't
Yeah.
taste any boysenberry. I would like a little bit more spice and like citrusy stuff on it, maybe. But
Mhm.
yeah,
It
that
was just
was
pretty to look at.
yeah, it was very pretty to look at.
Instagram.
It was.
Yeah.
Pie, of course, was delicious. Key lime
Of
tart,
course.
delicious. So I
Yeah.
think out of everything besides the brisket mac and cheese, the desserts were top notch because everything was kind of underwhelming for me.
Not five fires.
Nah, no. So, yeah, but I
I will
think,
also. Oh,
yeah, go
go ahead.
ahead, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I think all in all, it was just underwhelming for me. The
The whole
experience,
event or the food?
the whole event, like, I mean, it's Taste of Boysenberry, and they did have good character interactions, even though they're social distancing. They're on top of it, of the buildings, and they're talking to you. But I mean, I think the Halloween one was more worth it because they had stuff at night, and then they had like trick or treat trail. Like, yeah, this Easter egg hunt thing, but you get this tiny little pin, and then, I mean, it's something to do. I mean, don't I think for people, you don't have to taste the foods that I taste. You could have different opinions from what I tasted. Like, don't base it all on me. If you want to try all the things that I said that weren't good, do it. Like, I 100% think everyone should try it.
Well, one of the things I did like that was that the line. I didn't wait in line for anything longer than, even though the lines sometimes appeared long. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say I waited in line for anything longer than maybe 10 minutes at most. Even that's even pushing it. So I will, and I heard that's because they have like some of the same items at a lot of the different booths. So they
Yeah.
did really well with that, and I really appreciate, because I was comparing it to last year's Food and Wine Festival at Disney California Adventure. So I like that you were able to just scan your card. Like at
That made it
Disney,
so
you had
much
to like
faster.
rip off the tab, and like I was like, that's stupid. Like, so next time Disney like does a food festival, I hope they implement that some sort of way. But
yeah, I agree with you too. Spreading out foods in multiple locations is a good way to spread out the crowd. But I think because it's ghost town, that's where it's mostly congested.
yeah,
Because it's cool to look at, and then it's right there in the beginning. So that was the part. But after that, it was kind of empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I'll miss the food because I've never been to Knott's. This is actually my first time visiting Knott's Berry Farm. So it
Oh,
was nice to, and because I really felt like I didn't have a reason. And it's funny because I used to stay at the hotel across the street, like when I was younger, before. So I was like, it kind of brought back memories and like seeing medieval times again. But I don't know if I would go back to Knott's. Like,
yeah.
because I feel like 45, even though it was a little steep, it was a good price point for what you got.
I
Like,
think
I
it
will
was
say the
worth.
serving
Yeah.
sizes were great. Like, you could get full off of one or two tastings. So,
Yeah. And it's free parking.
and free parking, which is nice.
Yeah.
So
how long were you guys there for throughout the day then? Like, from what
I
time?
got there at 12, and we weren't planning to stay this long, but I got there at 12 and we left about 5.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We were there for like 3 hours.
Oh really? Oh, you were
Yeah.
short.
Yeah, I know that was so short, but like we basically got all our stuff done, and it's like we have nothing else to really do, and I didn't want to just sit around and like, like I said, I felt like there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We tried to pick tables that like were away from everybody else. So.
They did have a good amount of like seating, I think. Like we didn't have any difficulty finding a place to sit.
Yeah, I will say that they did a good job with the seating. But that's not. I mean, I'm glad I got to experience it. That was one of the things I wanted to do before the pandemic was over, because I know it's going to return to normal soon, and it'll be
it's something fun to
$100
do during this time.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine though, $45. Like, it's definitely not like, like Disney. Like a Disneyland ticket anyway. So,
yeah, for sure.
Well, speaking of Disneyland ticket.
Yeah, just about to say, like, what about a touch of Disney? You guys were there also.
Jen went. I wasn't lucky enough to score a ticket.
And just for our viewers out there too, on our Instagram page, Jen has we have a reel about Jen's experience at A Touch of Disney. So go ahead and check that out as well. So Jen, overall, what was the experience like at A Touch of Disney?
All right, so A Touch of Disney, so that was $75 per person. And what you get with that, it comes with parking and a $25 tasting card. A dining card. So it's like a $25 gift card for food. So it's not like 5 different items you can get like Knott's. So when we got there, okay, here's the thing. So people parked in the parking garage, and I heard, so they open at 12, but they're letting people in at 11:30. So we went through the harbor side, which is like the pedestrian side, and we walked in. We got there at 10:20, just to get there a little bit earlier. We were 6th in line to get in.
Ooh.
So we're like gate openers.
Where'd you park?
We Ubered it from our hotel.
Okay.
Yeah. So I highly recommend that. Go on the harbor side, get there early, and you won't have to wait for that, because the parking garage at Mickey's parking garage, that opens at 11:30. And that already takes time to park, get through security, and then you're in. I heard people took like an hour to get in after that.
Yeah.
So once you get in, you get your ticket, and you get this.
You got a ticket.
Yeah, and you get this dining card. It has $25 on it.
Nice.
So you go in, and so most of the places are open. So some stores and some of the quick service foods, but they also have kiosks, and that has like food and wine festival foods in it, but it also had like well-known foods from Disneyland Park. So we tried to book it to Lamplight Lounge because we totally forgot to try to get a reservation. So we tried to get on the walk-up list, and we were not fortunate to get it. They were already filled up for the day. So here's another hack. Still try, because some people might, cancel, who knows. But if you want foods from the kiosk, go to this one, or there's 2 kiosks. It's called the Marketplace. Order all the foods you want from the kiosk right at that time. Pay in one transaction. You get a receipt. Keep that receipt. You can use that throughout the whole day to redeem your foods from that booth. That helped out a lot, because looking at the lines for mobile ordering for those kiosks, it was long. And then when you try to mobile order it, your redemption time was like an hour out or longer. And so I highly recommend that. Go to the Marketplace and order all your food ahead of time. It's so easy. It's on a receipt. So you give them the receipt and they cross out the item, so you can't trick them.
Smart.
Very smart. And it was very quick. You just walked up, got it immediately.
Yeah.
So what we started off with Walt's Famous Chili. And that could be found at Carnation Cafe usually, in Disneyland Resort. Jeremy loved it. He loved it. He wasn't even going to order it. And I told him, please just try it. And he loved it. It's hearty, delicious, had the sour cream and cheese to balance it out. Perfection. I got the Monte Cristo, which is known from the Blue Bayou.
Yeah, how was that?
It was delicious. And it was huge.
Good. Your picture looks so good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Monte Cristo is always good from...
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. And it was a huge portion. Like, I thought it was going to be small because it said half of the regular portion. But it was like 2 sizes of these things.
Oh, really?
And it was filled. It was like the cheese, ham. I think it was turkey. And then you get like the little jam on the side to put on. It was so good. I mobile ordered that, and it took like 20 minutes. Okay. Oh, another trick. If you put this on the app, you put the code in for this on your app to pay for mobile ordering, it does not stay. So if you try to mobile order with this again, you need to keep punching this in for each time. So just so you know. So maybe just like screenshot the number so it'll be faster. But what was that?
It's kind of humbug to
kind of... It is. Yeah, it was frustrating, because then it was like, oh, you got to pull it out again and then type it in and each time. But so when we ordered from the Marketplace, we got 4 items, and that was $27. So this was out for the first thing. Yeah, so we got Monte Cristo. Then Jeremy got the pizza egg rolls. To me, I was like, pizza egg rolls. Ew.
Sounds like a pizza pocket.
He liked it. It came with like a pesto sauce and a marinara sauce. So he said it was pretty good. I
love those.
Get to taste it because he ate it without offering me any, but that's cool.
Wait, Royce, you like pizza pockets or the pizza egg?
No, the pizza egg rolls. So they had this
I love pizza pockets too.
Yeah.
Pocket.
Probably though. Ham and cheese.
No, they had those at the Food and Wine Festival last year. The pizza pocket. Or the pizza egg rolls.
Pizza pockets.
Pizza pocket. But they only give you 2, right?
Yeah, it was 2, and it was so small.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
7-Eleven, guys.
he ate that, and then I went to go order my gumbo, which is from
Oh.
French Quarter.
Uh-huh.
But it was at one of the kiosks, and that came with a little scoop of rice. It was so good. But so I
Yeah.
went to go get it. Then I come back to the table, and the pizza pockets. Oh my gosh, look what you guys made me do. The pizza egg rolls were gone, and I'm like, oh. He goes, oh yeah, I should have asked if you wanted some, huh? I'm like,
Jeremy.
it's cool. And so,
Yeah.
but so they had like seating areas, where you watch World of Color in that
Uh-huh.
area. They had
Okay.
tables and chairs in that location. So we sat there, and then where the Silly Symphony swings are?
Mm-hmm.
That way.
Other way.
Yeah, the Silly Symphony swings. So we looked over there, and Mickey is on there, and he had his little conductor outfit on, and he was waving to everyone. So he's socially distanced. He's waving to everybody.
Which,
So,
which, by the way, just a quick update. So I actually saw in someone's story today that they
uh,
moved Mickey and Minnie. So now they're, because I guess people just said they were too far away. So
mhm.
now they're in front of Little Mermaid. So they're in that little
Oh my
stand. They're
gosh!
not wearing Silly Symphony anymore. They're wearing
Oh,
just their regular outfits though.
he was so cute in his
So
little
they're a
outfit.
little closer.
Yeah, he's a little closer now. He's a
Right.
little. You can
Oh,
get
he's
almost a
almost a
touch.
touch
He's a touch,
away.
and you can take pictures with them in front of it. Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. So yeah, and then so we're done. I'm like, we need to go say hi to Mickey because
Yeah.
like they don't have a schedule when they come out.
Oh, they
So
don't.
yeah, because you can't run, so you speed
Yeah.
walking. And so then I go over there as you go down jumping jellyfish. So I was like gonna yell and record him for our reel. Then a dad comes up behind me with his daughter. He goes, Mickey, we love you. And I'm like, oh, I love you
Great.
too.
Like,
Hi.
don't forget me.
And then so we kept walking. We went to Pixar Pier. At that time, and it was like, I don't know, 2 o'clock. Bing Bong's, the sweet store.
Mhm.
That had a huge line. So we're like,
Really?
nope, we're not going there. And
Yeah.
then the only places open in Pixar Pier is Bing Bong's and Poultry Palace and the popcorn. So Angry Dogs isn't open. Senor Buzz isn't open.
Really?
Jack Num Num's not open.
What?
Yeah, Jeremy was very mad. He loves Angry
They
Dogs.
should have opened everything.
I know, right? But and then so they had a ton of like picture opportunities. So they had little backdrops, and it's from like D23 or sponsored by H2O, and like they had those, and they had a ton of like photo pass people taking pictures of you. Oh, that's what it comes with too. Your ticket comes with free downloads of the photo
nice.
passes.
Okay.
So that was a plus. I was like, we're gonna take every picture we can find.
You get those free photos.
Exactly.
Like, we're gonna be taking 5, please.
Yeah. Any pose that
Outfit change. We'll be right back.
So then we went to the adorable snowman. So they had like they had a lemon soft serve and a Dole Whip soft serve, or the swirl.
Okay.
So I got the swirl of the lemon and the pineapple because people were recommending that. So I mobile ordered it, and that took about an hour.
Oh, wow.
So we walked around, shopped a bit, and then came back. She's like, here you go. I'm like, this is just the regular pineapple Dole Whip. I'm like, I asked for the swirl. And she goes, oh, keep it. Here, I'll give the swirl for you. So Jeremy got a free Dole Whip. And then
Oh, nice.
yeah, so the swirl wasn't my cup of tea. The lemon was too tart. It's too tart. I rather would just have the pineapple Dole Whip by itself. I don't like them mixed. Yeah. Aloha.
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 And then
I know a place I can get this more better.
we went to Cars Land. The Cozy Cones are open, and the stores and Flo's V8 are not open in there.
Oh, really?
But they had
That's
photo.
weird.
It is weird. It's so weird. And then they had like Mater and then Lightning McQueen. You could go take pictures with separately.
Oh, okay.
So I got, the Cozy Cone. So it's like the bread cone and it's bacon, mac and cheese inside.
Oh,
That's there like on the regular usually. I got that. Jeremy got the root beer float.
It was good as usual.
It was so good. I don't know why it tasted that much better for some reason. And it wasn't even like in the paper wrap. It was like in a cup, like a soda cup. They put the bread roll in there. I'm like, whatever. And like,
whatever works.
I was happy. Let's see. We had that. We had the farm stand punch. That's at one of the kiosks. It's okay. It's not. It was $6.
How big though? Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So it was like orange juice, peach juice, lime, and pineapple juice. To me, it tasted like a very strong orange juice. And then at the end, then you just tasted all lime. I don't know. It was like, it's not worth that much. And then Hollywood Studios. So when you go in there, they have a photo opportunity for WandaVision. And then so it has like Agatha's director chair, and then it has like the couch and the TVs. You could go take a picture there. By the way, one of our followers, she was there with her husband. She was like Disney bounding as Wanda, and he was Vision, and their baby was
cool.
Anna. But it was cute. But they took a picture there, and then she like edited like these Wanda magic stuff. It looked awesome. Go check her out. Her page is so cool. I think it's like. What is her page? I'm gonna look that up while I'm talking.
Any souvenirs that was really special that stood out to you?
Okay, the sweater.
That people should get.
The sweater.
And yeah.
It's retro. So they had like a retro theme going on. And they have like Easter merch. So it's like the pastel new ears, pastel hoodie. I also got these ears.
Very nice.
And it has this Disneyland. I got my auntie this pin. So it says Disneyland, and you open it, and I don't know if you can see. It's like all the A through E tickets. Like,
yeah, the ticket book.
I got her that pin.
That's cool.
Yes, and then I got. Oh, by the way, our follower that was Disney bounding as WandaVision. Her profile is Disney Dang.
Nice.
Check her out. Her outfits are awesome. And then I got this cup.
Yay!
Stainless steel. Yes. And it keeps my ice in there. Like,
how big is it?
Ice.
Do you know?
I don't. It didn't have it labeled. Shucks. But they don't have like Touch of Disney merch. Like nothing that says Touch of Disney.
I was kind of surprised by that. I feel like they would have made a killing off of that. Like,
oh, for sure.
Even if it's just T-shirts and like cups and stuff, like simple things.
So this is my only souvenir from Touch of Disney is the brochure and this. So
keep that.
Keep that. But go ahead. What?
That's the only thing that says a touch of Disney.
Yeah, and the brochure, the map. My map. Where is it?
Because it seemed like the tickets were just like regular park tickets, right?
Yeah, it's just regular park tickets. So here's the map. It says a touch of Disney.
Yay.
Yeah. And then other than that, we were there. We stayed from opening to closing 12 to 8. But we kind of got bored in between, so we went to downtown Disney and we did the Easter egg hunt there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you just buy a card for like $7 to $8, and then you go find the eggs, put the stickers in the corresponding locations, and you redeem a little Disney egg. I got Mickey and Minnie.
Oh no, cool.
Yeah, it's very cute. So we went there, went back at nighttime to take some nighttime pictures, and we saw some rides getting tested. So we saw car Radiator Springs Racers getting tested. We saw Incredicoaster being tested, Goofy Sky School. So a lot of that, the outdoor rides were being tested. We got to see a glimpse of Marvel Land over the gate. So we did see that web. I forgot what it's called. It's a Spider-Man ride. It's like Web Academy or something.
Yeah, Web Slinger.
Web Slinger. So we saw the building and it had the Spider-Man logo on it. There's this old school brick building that says Stark Industries. You saw the jet. It was really cool. You got to see it over. But
was it lit up?
It was lit up at night. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then Hollywood Studios, it stopped like right where Schmoozies is, so you couldn't go past that
so they
to go to Guardians. No. There's a
Oh wow.
bug. Ew. So, but I think, overall, $75 was expensive, but it's Disney. Disney, take my money.
So is it worth it? Like,
I think it would have been more worth it if it was in Disneyland.
okay.
Because it would feel more magical. But the character interaction was cool. Like they were out a lot. Like Goofy and Max, they were on the wharf fishing, and I was
Yeah.
like,
I
"Do
thought
the
that was so
perfect
cool.
cast." But yeah, so it was them. They had Mickey. They had Joy and Sadness in the Inside Out ride.
Uh-huh.
Um, there's other ones I didn't get to see, unfortunately, like Donald. He's on the Grand Californian hotels. You could see him. Chip and Dale are in like the woods.
Hmm.
Um,
I heard they
and
added Pluto to Carthay on top of
yeah,
Carthay Circle.
yeah,
Was
and
I don't know
then
if he was there
Minnie
when you were
and
there.
Minnie and Daisy usually come out too. So it's
Okay.
like those characters they come out. I think it would have been cool. Oh, and then I read that there's like Pixar floats out, but like from the parade that people could
Oh.
take pictures. It wasn't there when we were there.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah,
like
I
yeah, the Monsters Inc.
the
one was like
Monsters
in
Inc.
front
one
of.
and the Toy Story ones were out when people before me went. It wasn't there when we were there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, kind of bummed. Shopping was good. We walked in and out of the stores. Um,
Okay.
but nighttime it got super busy. They had lines outside.
I was gonna say, so did it feel like, because Nazi were saying it felt crowded? Did Disney feel crowded?
No, not as much as Knott's.
Okay.
I felt okay. And then here's the thing too. They're more strict. So they have a lot of hand washing stations, not just hand sanitizer stations. And
Hmm.
then they have I was eating my gumbo at the table. Jeremy just finished, like literally just finished eating. And then a cast member came up to him and he says, "You're not eating. You need to wear your mask, even if you're
Oh
sitting down."
really?
Yeah. And Jeremy's like, "I'm eating." Like he said, like we're sharing. He's like, "You're not eating right now. You need to put your mask on."
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so I heard him say that to a ton of other people too. Um,
That's crazy.
yeah. And so, but they had stickers like everywhere in their lines. They were saying like if you brought in a drink, like because I had a Starbucks in the beginning, and they said if you're gonna drink it, you need to stand on the sidewalk, not like where the crowd is usually, and like away from everyone. Then drink it, then put your mask back on, then go. So
Oh
you can't.
wow.
So, but I felt good in Disney because they were very clean. They had people like standing by spraying tables when you were done,
Hmm.
cleaning up after, and then they had hand washing stations outside, hand sanitizers. They had like announcements every so often to wear your mask and keep your mask on. They had mask patrol people.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, it was. I felt safe. I
Did they have the
definitely felt
guy
safe.
like, because when I was there, it wasn't Touch of Disney yet. It
Uh
was
huh.
like just the free Buena Vista Street.
Hmm.
And so the guy came on, the Disneyland voice guy came on, and they played like the little Snow White song, like hi hi, hi, hi. And he was
Oh,
like, make sure you wash your hands and stay according to the CDC guidelines. I was like, oh, it feels like I'm in Disneyland again.
no,
Like,
they had it. It was cute. So the announcer, because it's like Buena Vista Street, supposed to be like what 1920s and 30s.
oh,
It
uh-huh.
was like that kind of voice, like a radio announcer. So
Oh, okay.
they had like Disney radio, like old
Okay.
time radio
Oh,
announcers, and then to remind you to do that. And then they had like this soundtrack. Okay, that's the thing. The soundtrack was on this loop. They could have added way more songs to it,
uh-huh.
and it was like modern songs. So it's like Shakira's Try Everything from Zootopia. They had like the Disney Channel Stars song, like when Raven
Yeah.
and all them sang Circle of
Oh,
Life.
okay.
They had like Ariana Grande's version of Zero to Hero.
Yeah, I
So
heard a
like
lot of it was from the We Love Disney soundtrack.
yeah, it was
That
a
thing.
lot of that, but it wasn't even like the whole soundtrack. It was just some of it. And
Uh,
it was like on a constant loop. And I was like, they could have added way more songs to that.
but it's weird that they did that, because they hyped it up like they were gonna make this like special soundtrack for it. Like, oh, we have a
Hmm.
special soundtrack coming just for Touch of Disney, and I'm thinking
Hmm.
like, this is not new. Like,
No, it's all old
yeah,
stuff that we heard before.
yeah.
Um, and it's not like renditions of it either. So yeah, and Jeremy's like, how many times have I heard this song?
Is there one
But
that stands out as like annoying that you heard like too much?
uh, I like it, but it's a small world. They had It's a
With all the
Small World,
stars.
and it was like all the pop stars. I liked it the first time, but I'm like, okay.
Like,
Like,
enough. Yeah, maybe they should have made
yeah.
the loop like 2 hours.
Yeah, and then I was planning on getting a churro like at 7 o'clock. They closed all the churro cars at 7. It closed at 8. So I
That's
was
weird.
like, I didn't get my churro.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us here at Filmtasmic. Thanks for joining us today, and make sure you come back next week as we celebrate Earth Day by reviewing WALL-E. Remember, we post every Thursday. You can listen to us on all podcast streaming platforms, and also don't forget to follow us on Twitter, IG, Anchor, and YouTube, where you can watch our episodes and some bonus clips. And we will see you guys real soon.
See you real soon at the theme parks. Yeah!